up and tell me where you talk to me, where you picking up and tell us love me yourself. Where you sugar love me, where you all believe in you, where you tell me where you tell us you know camera sim no ngemya where.
The TVWAN News is proudly brought to you by
BSP, our bank, our people.
Hello and thanks for joining us. This is TVWAN News. In this edition, government prepares for drought impact, health info workshop underway, and Kumul's release Wednesday's lineup. Another government body was served with a notice of eviction this afternoon by the building's landlord over non-payment of rentals. The Department of Implementation and Rural Development was given the eviction notice that stated it was effective as of 5 o'clock this afternoon. TVWAN News was at the DIRD office early this afternoon for a non-related news assignment when the news crew was told not to enter the building as it was being locked by the landlord. A notice pasted on the front door stated that the landlord had on numerous occasions requested to meet with the Government Office Allocation Committee and the Department of Finance to obtain a commitment for settlement of rental areas and to renew the state lease which had expired a year ago. The landlord had on October 3rd given a notice of closure, allowing the state another 10 working days to settle their rental bills, but nothing had been forthcoming. This will be the fourth government entity to have its staff locked out for non-payment of rentals. A repatriation ceremony was held recently at the Jackson's APEC terminal, which was intended to provide a fallen service member the utmost honor and dignity as they make their final journey back to the United States. Representative of the PNG National Museum, Alois Kuaso, conferred their utmost appreciation to the government and people of the United States for their dedicated service and sacrifices of their fallen heroes for the freedom enjoyed by PNG today and the greater Pacific regions. The repatriation ceremony was a monumental opportunity to repatriate remains of U.S. service members from World War II back to the United States after being safeguarded by Papua New Guineans for the past 78 years. A similar ceremony was conducted upon arrival in Hawaii, where the recovered material were transported back to the Department of Defense POW MIA Accounting Agency Laboratory in Honolulu for further analysis. The DPAA repatriated recovered potential OCS material from a crash site of a U.S. Army Air Force aircraft lost over Wewak, East Sepik Province. Charge d'Affaires Joe Zadrozny went to Wewak on what he called a fact-finding mission, where he witnessed solidarity by two peoples.
The villagers found the wreckage of an American attack aircraft that crashed into the swamp almost 80 years ago. And when I went into that swamp, what I saw was a team of Papua New Guineans and Americans working together to honor the legacy of our fallen soldiers. Together, the two nations dove into the muddy waters to bring back the remains of those who gave the ultimate sacrifice.
The 60 days excavation mission was led by DPAA in partnership with the PNG National Museum and Art Gallery, with hopes that the recovered material and miscellaneous aircraft wreckage will lead to the positive identification of the missing service members. Lieutenant Colonel Brian Bossy spoke of a service member that was recovered last September.
No one person could have done that. No one person could have made that family whole again. It took a team. And ladies and gentlemen, you are part of that team.
Alois Kuaso from the National Museum conferred their utmost appreciation to the U.S. government and its people for their dedicated service and sacrifices of their fallen heroes for the freedom enjoyed by PNG today and the Greater Pacific regions. Today, over 3,200 missing American service members are still in PNG, and successful missions like this would not be possible without the assistance and help of Papua New Guineans. Kainantu district in the Eastern Highlands province for the first time is hosting the provincial mini-rating conference at the Maria Hill TVET Center. Member for Kainantu William Hagahuno in his keynote address emphasized that education is priority. He would like to see less and less young people in Kainantu roaming aimlessly.
The Maria Hill TVET Center in Kainantu is hosting the Eastern Highlands Provincial Mini-Rating Conference. Member for Kainantu William Hagahuno was the guest of honor. He opened the meet today and commended Senior School Inspector Basic Education Mupe Kaupa for holding this important conference. DDA CEO Francis Chavati, Kainantu District Education Manager Caroline Yabai, and community stakeholders are attending the meet. The MP said his key priorities in this term is education infrastructure and assisting parents of tertiary students with school fees. The MP emphasized that he does not want to see young people from Kainantu roaming aimlessly and engaging in illegal activities, including petty crime and tribal fighting. The Provincial Mini-Ratings Conference will run the entire week. It concludes this Friday, 21st October. Salome Vincent, TV1 News.
Prime Minister James Marape said due to the prolonged drought in several provinces in the country, the government is aware of the situation and on standby to assist. The response is to questions raised in Parliament regarding drought conditions in Dalo, Eastern Highlands Province. In Parliament on Friday, 14th October, Prime Minister James Marape said the government is aware of the ongoing issue of drought in several provinces and that they are ready to assist. He was responding to Dalo MP Ekime Gorosau about drought conditions in his district in Eastern Highlands Province.
Long Highlands, Eastern Highlands especially, the district Lomi facing big drought. Lo sani come up crosulo fopla moon now. Na planti kai lo garden dry. Na man meri asim questions where gaman iken come said how gaman by come said na system models in situation. So me asking whether Prime Minister na gaman em got some plan lo assisting more people lo mi lo this in situation time drought come up.
East New Britain, New Ireland, Manus and parts of Marape were also affected by the drought, and Prime Minister Marape said they are looking at how best to have relief. The Prime Minister said the provinces, in the meantime, should look at the best options to support their people while the plan is being readied for implementation.
But national government will have a holistic approach to this issue. Prolonged drought is start long take place in the northern part of our country, including our New Guinea Islands. So, making barely silo you or Zimbabwe look long, and we'll have a program to assist our people in the drought-affected areas.
This is TV1 News. After the break, Health Information Workshop kicks off in Leh.
With BSP Internet Banking, you can enjoy your banking at home, at work, or wherever you are. BSP Personal Internet Banking allows you to view your accounts and transactions, transfer money, bill pay, schedule future payments, or access your bank statements. Visit your nearest BSP branch to register now. BSP Internet Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSP, our bank, our people.
Whether we're playing sport, exercising for fitness, being active for work or play, just having some fun, or just chilling, there is one name we can count on that we know will keep us going strong. Skell rice. Healthy, nutritious, delicious medium grain rice full of vitamins and minerals. Skell helps us maintain a healthy, active lifestyle so we can enjoy every day.
Skell rice. Skell rice.
Susan, I want something.
And Sunshine Nutri-Strong. And new blue packet Sunshine milk.
Ah, Sunshine got new blue packet milk.
Yes, and good lo walking coffee, tea, na baking scone too. Sunshine Nutri-Strong. And scale lo making Milo or milk belong all picking long drink too.
Nice yeah.
And now Sunshine Nutri-Strong. And we got vitamins and minerals too.
Sunshine Nutri-Strong, the new nutritious milk from Sunshine.
SP Lager was there for the birth of our nation. We cheered when we dominated the Pacific Games. And we were full of pride when the Hunters lifted the cup. SP Lager. Cheers to 70 years.
A quick favorite meal for the day does feel good. Snacks noodles is my choice for a simple meal. It is easy to prepare and fast to cook. And with a touch of flavor and ingredients, quality noodles that can be cooked and enjoyed in many different ways. You see, my whole family loves it. It's made here in PNG and comes in different pack sizes. Snacks noodles, tastier but you like it more.
You got that smile, oh it lightens up the street for a mile. 'Cause being down doesn't suit your style. Hold your head up, 'cause love will keep on going strong. And then smile, it's a given when everything seems lost. Don't try.
Welcome back. The week-long health information workshop started this morning at the Lay International Hotel, where over 100 participants from the 21 provinces were welcomed by the Morobe Provincial Health Authority. Morobe PHA CEO Dr. Kipas Benga stressed on quality information for good decision-making.
Monitoring and evaluation representatives and senior officers from the 22 provincial health authorities, including the autonomous region of Bougainville, converged at the Lay International Hotel this morning to begin the week-long health information workshop. The theme, Building PHA Capacities for a Responsive Health Information System. The Morobe Provincial Health Authority is the first PHA to take the annual gathering out of Port Moresby. Chairman of Morobe PHA, David Wissink, said as chairman of the largest PHA in the country, they are keen to see tangible results from the workshop.
We have 10 districts, we have 350 health facilities in Morobe, and each one of those needs to be integrated with information. You have access to get information, you need to be able to share that information. That's just Morobe. Forget about, there's 21 other provinces and autonomous regions around PNG. Everybody needs the same information. And it's critical that we get it.
Wissink outlined that information needs to be shared to be able to make good decisions about resource allocation. CEO of the Morobe PHA, Dr. Kipas Benga, said as part of the program, new indicators will be introduced into the PHA system, adding he hopes the workshop will help them amalgamate information between hospitals and public health. Present at today's opening was Health Secretary Dr. Osborne Liko, who conveyed the Health Minister's apologies, saying he is in Wabeg to attend the funeral of the longest-serving provincial administrator of Enga Province, the late Dr. Samson Amian. Morobe Governor Luther Wenge officially welcomed all attendees to the province and opened the workshop, which will conclude on Friday, the 21st of October. Salome Vincent, TV1 News.
There are 10,083 vacancies within the health sector. Health Secretary Dr. Osborne Liko highlighted this at the opening of the Health Information Workshop in Lay this morning.
Addressing issues with the workforce is at the top of the list of the Health Department under the leadership of Minister Dr. Lino Tom. Speaking at the opening of the Health Information Workshop in Lay this morning, Health Secretary Dr. Osborne Liko said there are 10,083 vacancies within the health sector. In collaboration with the World Health Organization, Dr. Liko said they discovered the vacancies in the health sector during data cleansing, which covered public health authorities, church health services, prison health services, and the health department itself.
And we all know the fact that we have a national health plan, and within the next 10 years of 2021-2030, the current the clinical health workforce is about 11,300. The statistics and the ratio you all know. When in 2012, 2011, with the last national health plan, the ratio of health workforce to a population was 1.27 per 1,000 population. 2019, we have 0.97 or 1,000. Our last national census was in 2011. Until we have the current census, national census, we know exactly what is the population going forward. So that's the biggest challenge. And again, it's not easy. And Minister actually reminds me that there is no population growth, the population policy. So rather than talking about the population by 2030, with our national health plan projections, we'll be at 12 million or almost 30 million population. With the regress of the workforce, it's not easy.
Dr. Liko said Minister Tom intends to put in a submission to the National Executive Council to devolve the powers of recruitment from the Department of Personnel Management to the Health Department. Salome Vincent, TVWAN News.
A music performance assessment recital was held at the University of PNG's Roundhouse for final year music student Patrick Ambele. His performance was assessed by heads of department led by Francis Bay. Ambele is a music major minoring in environment and sustainable development. Over the last 2 years, he has studied music practice courses from 1 to 5, beginning in the second semester of his second year of study. Patrick Ambele's special assessment recital was attended by fellow students, family and friends. HOD and lecturer and ethnomusicologist Francis Bay, in his opening remarks, said it was very important that family attended this momentous occasion in support of Patrick. John Ambele, Patrick's father, flew in from Ley to witness the assessment and said he was proud to see his son get to this point in his studies despite many challenges.
I never knew that his kids could play music. So he came and played, and this is the first time to see him perform. And I was actually very blessed to see.
Mr. Ambele said they have a ministry in Ley, and he hopes that Patrick will utilize his skills to encourage young people through music. He says there is room for gospel music in PNG. Also in attendance were colleagues from Creative Arts and Journalism Strand and former music students to show solidarity for their fellow music students. Young Patrick performed 8 music pieces, 3 classical pieces, 3 jazz pieces, 1 popular music from any genre, and 1 creative piece which was a fusion of PNG tunes and rhythms and Western ideas and instruments. This was to illustrate his creative skills and knowledge in composing, arranging and his performance overall. Patrick attributed his musical journey to his lecturers and how he learned music's key theories and the virtues involved in his musical journey.
As I started involving myself in music, I've seen the key principles of actually being patient, being kind, gentle, and in order for you to understand like a segment in a song, you have to actually take time to practice it over and over again. And for me personally, I see that you just have to have patience to do it over again until it's embedded in your muscle memory.
Patrick's on-the-spot final performance exam on his piano studies was assessed by the music staff, namely Kivio Oli, Leroy Murray, Gideon Giovadulu and HOD Francis Bay. The Fresh Produce Development Agency led celebrations of World Food Day in Goroka, Eastern Highlands Province on Sunday, 16th October. World Food Day is an international event celebrated annually worldwide on October 16th. It commemorates the founding of the United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization in 1945, but importantly, draws attention to access to food as a basic human right.
All people need quality food to stay healthy and survive. There are those who should be better recognized on World Food Day, like farmers who work the land to produce quality food. CEO of Fresh Produce Development Agency, Mark Vorinu, made these remarks on Sunday when observing the World Food Day in Goroka, Eastern Highlands Province. Mr. Vorinu said as far back as 1945, the United Nations recognized food as not a privilege but a right, and that's why World Food Day was written into the UN calendar on 16th October 1979. The day commemorates the founding of the United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization in 1945 and importantly draws attention to the plight of the hungry. The CEO said food is seen as a basic human right, yet 1 in 9 people globally experience chronic hunger. Deputy Secretary for Agriculture Francis Daink said food and nutrition go together in keeping a person healthy. Food brings people together. Papua New Guinea is among the most blessed countries with an abundance of food. Vice Chancellor of the University of Goroka, Dr. Teng Waninga, said we are unique and we could never go hungry. To end World Food Day celebrations, FPDA distributed food supplies to UOG, Goroka-based hospital, Biute Correction Services, and the Nagamufa community. Freddie Mo, TVWAN News.
And that ends the news segment. Sport is next. Stay tuned.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSB Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase easy paid units wherever you are. Visit your BSB branch today to register now for BSB Mobile Banking. BSB Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSB, our bank, our people.
Magic tasty rice makes tasty rice.
Making white flour rice become a favorite below family one-time meat tasty belong Maggie tasty rice. Put him 2 pela cup rice long pot, add him water, na 1 pela packet Maggie tasty rice. Mix him good na boil him rice. Make him white pela rice come up tasty one-time Maggie tasty rice. Maggie, the taste PNG loves.
Open that.
When you're spending time with family, when you've got a big day ahead, when you have given it all you've got, when you're putting on a feast, that's when you want the best. That's when you want flame rice. New flame rice. Win him all together.
SP Lager was there for the birth of our nation. We cheered when we dominated the Pacific Games. And we were full of pride when the Hunters lifted the cup. SP Lager, cheers to 70 years.
Welcome back. From the PNG Kumul's camp, coach Stanley Teppen has announced a powerful lineup ahead of the Wednesday's Group D opening clash with Tonga. South Sydney Rabbitohs and NRL's try-scoring machine Alex Johnson earns himself the #1 jumper.
Tonight, and The PNG Kumuls has put together a powerful lineup to face Tonga Ma'a in their first World Cup fixture this Wednesday. Kumuls coach Stanley Tepan has maintained the winning halves combination from the Pacific Test between Kyle Leibat and Lachlan Lamb, while Edwin Ipape becomes the first choice hooker with Watson Bars to start off the bench. South Sydney Rapidos and NRL's try-scoring machine Alex Johnston earns himself the #1 jumper. On the wings, Roderick Tai makes his debut on the left in jumper 20, while Melbourne Storm prodigy Xavier Coates returns to the fold in the #5. The team looks lethal in the centres. Tepan has again done the team justice, opting for co-captain Justin Olam to partner with returning Kumul from the 2017 Rugby League World Cup, Nene MacDonald. The Kumul's forward pack looks solid and mobile under the guidance of veteran captain Rhys Martin and prop Wellington Albert, supported by Nixon Poot and young Jacob Alec. Coach Tepan said this is the best possible lineup he believes can match the bigger Tongans, who are favourites in their group. He adds the key is staying in the grind for the full 80 minutes. With the right attitude in attack and defence, the result will come. The match will kick off at 6:30 a.m. PNG time, Wednesday 19th October. Kumul's captain Rhys Martin said the boys are always confident and looking forward to play for their country, their people, their families with pride and passion.
Round 1, which is going to be a big game for us. It'll set our World Cup up, I think, to see where we're at. Round 2, we've got Cook Islands, who have named a strong team as well, and they've got some quality players coming into their team, and they've probably named the strongest Cook Islands team they've named as well. So that'll be a strong game as well, and I think that'll be another challenge for us. And then we got Wales, and we got to play them in 2017 in the World Cup in our home in Papua New Guinea, and they got to experience that, but now it's their turn and we get to play them over here.
Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
And in other latest World Cup results, Ireland got off to a winning start by downing tournament newcomers Jamaica 48 points to 2 in Leeds, with Roosters playmaker Luke Cleary leading the way in a player of the match showing. The Reggae Warriors were valiant in defeat, scrambling well to deny their opponents a number of would-be tries, but couldn't match the class of the island in the end. New Zealand made a winning start to their World Cup campaign with a healthy, if not always easy, 34 points to 12 victory over a stubborn Lebanon in Group C at the Halliwell Jones Stadium in Warrington. The Kiwis, ranked #1 in the world, overcame shaky starts in both halves following early concessions to emerge with the 2 points and move joint top of the pile with Ireland following the latest rout against Jamaica. Parramatta Eels forward Nathan Brown led Italy to an impressive 28-4 win over Scotland at Newcastle's Kingston Park to keep alive the Azuris' hopes of a historic World Cup quarter-final berth. And that ends the news tonight. Remember to apply the following simple measures to prevent transmission of the coronavirus. Regularly wash your hands with soap and water, cough or sneeze into your elbow, and exercise social distancing. If you are feeling sick, please stay at home. You can also call the COVID-19 hotline number for more information or assistance. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.
The TV1 News was proudly brought to you by
BSP, our bank, our people.